All right. What's up? Prince Sports here, man. We got a 10-point game going into the fourth quarter. Um, yeah, I missed half of the game. But hopefully the fourth quarter could give us something to remember. It's going to be a 10-point game and could be something interesting. In other news for the NBA, LeBron James is out with an ankle injury. So he may miss the All-Star game. So that puts an end to that. So All-Star game is going to set to be a dud. No Kevin Durant, no LeBron James. It's going to be a weak All-Star game. Now, LeBron James, according to his words, was, I would never miss a game unless I'm injured. Okay, so if he's injured, that means that's the only time he will miss a game if he's injured. So there's no way LeBron James could possibly be doing load management. There's no way he could possibly be missing games on purpose, right? I mean, because LeBron James don't do load management. By his own words, I will never do load management. I will always play every game that I could play. So if that's the case, if he's out, I suspect him to be having a full injury. Now, if he comes back quicker than expected, and turns out reports come out that, it really wasn't much of an injury because he's missing today's game, and he's most likely going to miss probably up to the All-Star game. I don't know how many games they got between now and the All-Star game, but they're going to be missing. He's supposedly injured, right? So if he's injured, then do what injured players do and don't play. I better not hear nothing about load management or you just taking the day off, because according to you and your own words, you don't take the day off. So miss me with all of that. I don't see no load management reports coming out from LeBron James. If you're hurt, you're hurt. And you can't play, you can't play. And Kyrie Irving launches a three. It's 98. Now it's 101 to 83. The Brooklyn Nets' offensive ability keeps piling on top of the Houston Rockets. Hold on for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to eat.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Commercial break right now. I'll be right back.
This is just a small spoon there.
Get my chicken noodle soup and my unsweetened tea. And yes, I'm still drinking my hint water, but I'm just not having it with this meal right now. So the Brooklyn Nets offense continues to be great. Without Kevin Durant, they're going on a winning spree. They won 10 games. Well, they're about to win 10 games out of the last 11 games. This goes to show you that the game has taken a big change. So much offense gives you all this freedom and power to move all around the court without being touched. I mean, look at some of these plays. You don't even have bigs protecting the paint no more. You got guys of all different positions, a very positionless basketball right now, where guys are able to penetrate and go to the basket at will at any given time. So, yeah, man. I don't see how the Houston Rockets could claw back into this game and win. Sure, it looks like it's going to be a blowout. You eat my you just tuck the bun?
Yeah.
What about the meat? You just what you do to the meat? You just stick it out, that's it?
Yeah. Why?
Just
You want it?
I'm cool. I'm going all chicken noodle soup today.
Hmm.
Healthy mode. All right. Houston Rockets going to take an L and another win for the Brooklyn Nets, man. That offense for the Brooklyn Nets is scary. John Wall, man, he penetrates to the basket and it seems like he can't get nothing. He missing layup after layup. And here comes John Wall and the Houston Rockets. 101 to 85. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes James Harden. Dunk. Passes the ball. James Harden is he got better court vision than Kyrie Irving. Isn't that something? A better passer than Kyrie Irving. Plays the point guard position better than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's a point guard trapped in a two guard's body. He wants to cook, cross people up, and score. And you don't even need him for this rest of the game. Just let James Harden run the rest of the offense and get his points a little bit here and there, and score the way to victories. 105 to 87. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Nice turnaround layup for the Houston Rockets. They're playing desperation basketball right now as the Brooklyn Nets are cruising in this game. No challenge. And they don't seem to be bothered. Oh, as you can see, I'm all Mario out. I didn't even realize this. I didn't even do this on purpose. I just happened to put on the shirt that happened to be Mario. Then I put on the hat, which was Mario. I had no idea I actually had a Mario shirt and a hat being on. I just realized this. So, represent for Mario. Getting down with the chicken noodle soup. Now, I'd much rather be eating something else like spaghetti or a big meal, but sometimes you got to take a break from those big meals, man. You got to learn how to eat healthy sometimes and help out the immune system, boost up the immune system. Chicken noodle soup would do that. If I had the luxury of eating a pepperoni pizza every day, I would. But you know what? You can't go about in life eating that every single day. Even though I have pizza, but can't eat it every day. Well, will you look at this? It's a 10-point game. 95 to 105. Now, the Houston Rockets, this is their game to win or lose. All they have to do is just close this game out. If they do some boneheaded move, they could probably just cost their team a game. But I doubt that they'll cost their team a game. Wow, another light day. I know I haven't been consistent with my live screens. There's a reason why some people are wondering when and where they go on live. It's all good. Let's hit your notification button and hopefully you'll see it there. Wall again missing layups. He has all the time to penetrate to the basket, but he just throwing up bricks every time he go to the basket. Yeah, my unsweetened tea. Wifey's eating a better meal than me. At least she's eating something that she actually enjoys a little bit. I'm only eating soup just to clear the lungs, man. I need something with some spices to it. You know, man. She enjoys some Filipino lumpia, Filipino food with the steamed buns. I think it's vegetable steamed buns. Came in that with meat. She's now a vegetarian, self-proclaimed vegetarian. She went from chicken to just turned her back on chicken. Just gave it the middle finger. Good tasting chicken. You're just gonna leave abandoned chicken like that. One day we got to call her back to come to the land of the chicken. Land of the bonk bonk. I see she's not her head saying no. $110-97. Oh, James Harden with the 3. But it doesn't. Oh, does it count? It does count. Wow. What a nice 3-pointer by James Harden. Crazy. Commercial break. Man, they're showing pizza on a commercial. My weakness right there is a good slice of pizza. So the Nets going to go off and get a win. I think the Lakers take another L tonight. But they could get a win without LeBron James. Hey, more power to him. But now that LeBron's hurt, you got a good valid excuse for him not to win the MVP now because he got hurt. You know. So he's definitely out the MVP mix now. He has his chance to go for the MVP when Anthony Davis wasn't around. Even if he wasn't hurt, he still wouldn't get the MVP really because you got to be able to win certain games. And one of those games that you lost last night was against the Phoenix Suns. Basically, role players. You got to be able to beat a Phoenix Suns team, and you're the biggest superstar in the game. Well, during the game, so to speak. You got to close that out. There's no but ifs about it. You got to close that game out. Yep, and that Lakers and Kings game start at 7 o'clock LA time. No LeBron James though. So, but James Harden got a little tribute, a little welcome speech for his breakout party coming back to Houston. You know, he did a lot for the franchise of Houston. They won a lot, but in the conference finals. So even if you don't win the championship, sometimes it's just good to have good memories in the building where you have a lot of memorable classic games. And that's something James Harden did. He did provide classic games for the Houston Rockets. They were championship contenders for year after year. And now he's on the Brooklyn Nets where he has an equal opportunity to win the championship. And then they go with the miss. So the question comes, can the Brooklyn Nets win the championship this year? You know, I think it all relies on health. It's the same thing with the Lakers. You know, if the Lakers are healthy and Anthony Davis is playing, the Lakers should be able to go to the finals. I think their biggest challenge would be the Los Angeles Clippers. And I think the Brooklyn Nets, their biggest challenge probably would be the Philly 76ers. But I think they could beat the 76ers because playoff basketball comes down to closers. And the Brooklyn Nets got 3 closers. There is absolutely no way, no how should the Brooklyn Nets not make the NBA Finals. They got way too much talent to not make the NBA Finals. You got 2 closers in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, you know, flat out proven closers in those 2 guys. Then you got a guy in James Harden. Being the fact that he's playing with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, it gives him the equal opportunity to be a better closer. So he won't have to worry about being triple teamed or double teamed. You know, he have all the space in the world to be free. And look at that. They call a foul on Victor Oladipo, and he didn't even touch James Harden. This is the problem with the NBA. These ghost fouls, these ghost calls. You know, there's too much freedom and too much space for the offensive player. Offensive players have they have a ball playing in this era. There's really nothing a defensive player could do these days to combat the offensive ability of players. You're allowed to do more moves. You're allowed to damn near take dribbles that equal to traveling. You're allowed to do more step backs. You're allowed to do all these extra creative moves on the offensive end, but you're allowed to do absolutely nothing on a defensive end. You still got to play defense the same way you was playing it 20 years ago, you know, meaning there's very little you could do to stop a player on the defensive end. $27 points, 13 assists, 8 turnovers for James Harden. You know, the turnovers, you could eggs out those turnovers with his assists, mark off 8 of those out of 8 out of those 13 assists. You know, they're not they get canceled out because you got to look at the turnovers too. So he's not having a great game assist wise, but you know, the numbers say a little different, right? That's just the mind effing of what stats could do to somebody on paper. You got to look at the game as a whole. Don't get so caught up in stats. No, don't be one of these analytic people that, well, you know, he's averaging blah, blah, blah. You know, stats could be very misleading. Just like real life. You could mislead stats in real life. You know, if I have a job and let's say I'm cool with somebody at the job and I tell them, hey, clock me in for 8 hours a day, even though I don't show up to work. You know, the numbers and the stats say that, hey, I showed up to work, but that's not what actually happened. I didn't really show up to work, right? But the stats say something different. You know, I brought that up because when I was younger, I think one of my first few jobs I was working in Walmart back in the day. And, you know, I had connections like that where, you know, we will manipulate the system. That's stats, right? We manipulate the system. Say we did this and we did that when we really didn't do nothing. So that's how you can manipulate stats in basketball as well. Don't get so caught up. Now, stats do hold some weight, but they don't hold all of the weight because, as I just said, they can be manipulated. Stats can always be manipulated. 117 to 100 is your score. And the Brooklyn Nets are going to go off to win this game, make it 10 out of 11 games. The Warriors or the Trailblazers? I got the Trailblazers on this one. It's kind of weird that Steph Curry's an MVP candidate, but it's whatever, man. I got these two guys. These two guys are going to be taking a lot of 30-foot 3-point shots. Yeah, Embiid is an MVP candidate, man. Mr. Ohio know all about that. He rocking with Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid is an MVP candidate. But there is no team in the Eastern Conference that could stand in the way of the Brooklyn Nets. I have said this from the beginning, when this team first was assembled, and everybody sit there, I'm not sold. Well, I said this, sold or not, there's no way 3 superstars fully healthy should get outbeaten by any of those teams, because playoff basketball is going to come down to closing. And the Brooklyn Nets got 3 closers. 3 superstars. So I don't want to hear no excuses with this team. They could win all these games without Kevin Durant. Just imagine what they could do with Kevin Durant. Figure a way out to win games in the playoffs and get the job done. Kawhi is always dealing with injuries. This is another reason why he won't ever be an MVP. And I think Kawhi Leonard's his clock is ticking. His prime may be gone. He's one of those players that his career could come to a split end if injuries don't hinder his career. You may look back at Kawhi Leonard and say, "Hey, man, if this guy was fully healthy, he would have been, the best player in the game, hands down." But he's always getting bothered by injury. And Kyrie Irving just hit a dagger 3-pointer. Kyrie Irving's offense has gotten better and better, and it's on point this season. As a guy that criticizes Kyrie Irving, off the court a lot, I would never take away the fact that he is a phenomenal basketball player, especially when it comes to scoring the basketball. And it seems to be nothing nobody could do to stop this guy because you can't hand check him. What could you do with a guy like this? But I tell you what, if he was playing back in the early 2000s, the 90s, he would have got some more physical defense. He would have got some points, but he would have met some more resistance. Steph Curry would have met some more resistance. Look at this clear pathway to the basket. There's no guy standing in the way. It's easy baskets, easy scoring. Yeah, the Jazz should have won, but should have, could have, would have, man. That's how basketball is sometimes. James Harden misses the 3, and this game is coming down to the final moments of the the fourth quarter. Hold on for a minute.
Yes.
Is both of these working now or no?
Sometimes the one is stopped, especially this. I think this one.
Because they both need charging.
It is charging. I charged it yesterday.
These are your favorite headphones out of all the headphones I have?
Not really. It's just, this is more easy to use than things. You get to do what you want.
No, but hey, we're married. It's all about partnership.
Oh, it's all about partnership.
Oh, bring it in. Oh, bring it in.
How I know when you're doing that you want something else.
Nah. It's not that at all. I'm just chilling. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. The All-Star game. I guess I'd be down for it. I'm gonna be down for the whole All-Star Weekend, whatever's left of it. Are we having a dunk contest? Somebody please fill me in the details of the All-Star Weekend. You want to be part of the All-Star Weekend?
What?
You want to be part of the All-Star Weekend?
What am I gonna do?
Come on live with me and let's celebrate this All-Star game. You know, I may have a surprise guest for the All-Star game, which will be none other than Hannah for the All-Star game. We're going to celebrate the All-Star. All-Star game has always been a celebration, right? It's always a way people get together to have some fun. You know, we're dealing with COVID-19. Maybe we can have something that we could get people together to talk about sports. Sports is always a good way to get people together. And, you know, I got the Lakers coming out the West, barring no injuries. I repeat, the Lakers will come out the West, barring no injuries. And it's not because of LeBron James. It's really because of Anthony Davis with that supporting cast. Then you add LeBron. It makes them a better team. But they cannot win with LeBron James being 36 years old and being a number one guy and asking him to do a lot every night. LeBron James is arguably not the best player in basketball anymore. Yeah, I know we like to keep using that as a quote or it becoming like a catchphrase, calling LeBron the best player in basketball. But realistically, is he really the best player in basketball? It's a question mark. You know, at 36 years old, he's still playing at a good high level, but not at the same high level that I once seen him play. And you get a little reluctant to say that he's the best player and become more of a catchphrase than an actual true statement. You know, it just feels awkward not saying LeBron's not the best player in basketball. I get it. You know, you're kind of used to saying LeBron's the best player in basketball, right? But realistically, is he really the best player in basketball? What is he doing that's so better than everybody else? Is he the better defensive player in the league? No. Is he the best offensive player in the league? No. So he's not really the best at a lot of things in the league right now, but yet you're still reluctant to say that he's the best player in basketball. Why is that? Right? Think about that for a minute. Just really think about that for a minute. Think about what I'm saying to you. And ask yourself, if you think LeBron James is the best player in basketball, tell me why. Why you got LeBron James as the best player in basketball? What is he doing that's so better than everybody else? He's good at a lot of stuff, but what is he actually great at or better than a handful of players at when there's a bunch of other players that you could make a case that's better than LeBron in the other categories? You know, you can make a case Kevin Durant's a better scorer, right? You can make a case Kawhi Leonard's the better defender. You can make a case. There's always somebody else that you can make a case for, you know. Hell, you can make a case. I don't even think he's a top 5 player in the game, but you can make a case that James Harden is playing the point guard position a little better than LeBron James, you know, at least facilitating and getting teammates involved a little better. You know, you could make a case for that. You know, he's not the leader and assistant anymore, so he's not the best passer in basketball right now. I mean, you can make a case he's one of the best players for passing, but not the best passer. So what is LeBron James truly the best at? Whenever I say a player was the best player in the game, you know, yeah, that is an excuse. You know, he's 36, but people all age and they all got to come down that hill. You know, LeBron James is on a great basketball team, but is he really the best player in the game? Because if he was the number one option on a different team, they wouldn't have the record that they have. You know, LeBron wouldn't been able to carry a team the way certain other superstars that's younger in their prime could carry a team now because he's just older, you know. But a lot of people like using that as an excuse. Just like you're going to use the fact that he's missing these games as an excuse to why he can't be MVP when they had a subpar record anyway, even when he was healthy. It's not like they was winning a bunch of games when LeBron was playing and Anthony Davis was out.
Excuse me, sir. can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where did you put?
Hold on for a minute, y'all. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to disappear for a little bit. All right, I think the game is over, and Harden is getting his little hugs from the Houston Rockets organization. He did a lot for that team. Yeah, as I was saying, man, I have my doubts about LeBron being the best player in the game. I think people just doing that because they like the guy and his fanboyism. Some people don't want to let go of their little crush that they have on certain players. You know, you just don't want to admit that another player is better at this given time. You know, I get it. You know, I remember when Jordan was playing in the Washington. Well, see, here's the thing with Jordan. When he was playing with the Washington Wizards, there was nobody in the world that could say Jordan was the best player in the game at that time because he was already washed. You know, there was no excuse for that. You know, but I don't know about that, dude. Little, I don't know about that. You know, that's a prediction, but there's nothing key. There's nothing written in stone. It's not like LeBron's really the best player in basketball. What is LeBron the best at? You name me something that LeBron does, I can name you a player that does it better. Now, see, when guys are in a prime and you saying somebody's the best player in the game, there's always something you could say. Like, for instance, when we say Jordan was the best player for like over a decade plus, you know, Jordan was the leader in scoring. He's the best scorer in his time, and he was a top 5 in best defense, or probably the best defensive two guard, you know, in his position. So, yeah, I mean, it's nostalgia, John Wood. A lot of people are big LeBron fans. They got this crush on him. They don't want to let him go. They don't want to usher in the new generation. They don't want to usher in the new guy. I did the same thing for Kobe. Now I'm doing the same thing for LeBron James. It's time to let go. Okay? It's time to make space for the new buck. LeBron James is no longer the best player in basketball. Just like when Kobe was getting towards the end and LeBron was that new guy, and LeBron was the new guy that say, I got next. I was saying LeBron was the best player in the league. You know? It was about probably like 2011 or 2010-ish. Actually, I was saying LeBron the best player in basketball since around 2010 or 2011. But Kobe still won the championship in 2010, right? But I was still saying LeBron James is technically the best player in basketball right now because he's the younger guy. You know, Kobe was still the best. He was still a great player, but he was clearly on the better team. So that's the same thing with LeBron right now. He's on a better team than a lot of people, but he's not the best player in basketball. You know, and you can make a case that, you know, even back then, 2010, Kobe was still better than LeBron. I mean, if you want to just go about that, but I think officially you could say LeBron was the best player since 2011. So let's just get from 2011, no doubt, right? So I would say from 2011 to about 2018, maybe we could say he was the best player. So he really was the best player for like 8 years or so, you know, and during that time frame of him being the best player, there was always another player for a year or two that you thought was better than LeBron, you know? So he was never the clear-cut best player in basketball. Probably, you know, I think probably to like 2016, you could probably make the case. But people were saying Steph Curry was better than LeBron in 2016, you know? Then they changed their mind when the finals came, you know? You know, but that's how it is, you know? It's the man crush thing, man. Some dudes just got crushes on LeBron James. They won't let it go. They won't let the new guy come in, and they won't admit that the next guy got shine. You know, this league now belongs to Giannis. It belongs to Kevin Durant. It belongs to Kyrie Irving. It belongs to all these new players that's ushering the new generation. LeBron James will be retired within this era. This era began from 2020. This is a new era. 2020 marked a new era. From 2020 to 2029 is 10 years. That's a decade. LeBron James will retire within this decade. Nets will probably be the next Warriors. Yeah, you're right. You are right. And I know one thing for sure, they will stand in LeBron's way of winning more championships unless LeBron forms another big three. You know? But he ain't running, he ain't getting no 6 championships. He ain't getting none of this crazy stuff that people think he going to get when the Nets is around. You know, New Jersey, the Brooklyn Nets going to win the championship. I hate to break the news to you guys, but the Nets going to win the championship one way or the other. Super teams and superstars with that much talent on one team cannot go without winning a championship. You can't sit there and say KD's is 1A to or 1B to LeBron and then say he can't win the championship. How ass backwards is that? He got to win the championship. You know, you can make a case right now. Kyrie Irving is a more skillful scorer than LeBron James. The way he could move, the way he could get his own shot off is amazing. The guy could flat out score, and he's a great scorer. He has handles that LeBron can't see. He could create space. He could shoot. He could do it. He could attack the basket for a guy only 6'2" and lay the ball up in better ways. He's a better finisher at the basket than LeBron. LeBron's a better dunker because he's bigger, but Kyrie Irving's a better finisher at the basket right now. So LeBron James is not the best at anything in basketball right now. So what are you really saying that he's the best at? He's not the best defender, not the best scorer, not the best rebounder, not the best passer. So whenever I say somebody was the best player in basketball, I at least had 1 or 2 categories I could say they were flat out the best in, you know? Win or lose, Lakers for life. You know, you got LeBron saying that, hey, he's out. I don't miss games unless I'm hurt. Okay, so that means you're hurt then. Because I don't want to hear no load management from LeBron, or that means he's a hypocrite. That means LeBron James is a hypocrite if there's load management. Okay? If LeBron's just taking his sweet time, he's taking a little break. I don't you say you don't take breaks. You don't do load management. So if you don't do load management, I don't want to hear it. No breaks. Yeah, the Nets lost two. They lost a couple games, but it's a long season, man. That's what you got to understand, John. It's okay to lose regular season games, man. This is a 82 game season on average. So you think team's gonna go 82-0? You got to lose regular season games. Losing is a part of basketball. Everybody has lost basketball games. Jordan has, Kobe has, LeBron has. You know, I think people get a little too in their feelings when LeBron loses games. Like, oh my God, this is it. You know, LeBron will never be the same. You know, well, he's 36 years old. Why are we sitting there saying a 36-year-old is the best player in basketball? Now you can see if he has to carry the nightly load every night that he won't be the best player in basketball. He feeds a lot off AD, which he should. AD is the number one option. You know, you guys are just saying LeBron's the best player in basketball because you like him, but you're not really being factual about it because he's not number one in anything to be the best player in basketball. Last year, he was only the leader in assist. All right. It'd be a different story if he was the leader in scoring, because scoring is one of the main benefits of basketball, you know, but he wasn't the best defensive player on his team, and he wasn't the best scorer on his team even last year. So now if the Nets lose these regular season games, which they have already, but they go on to win the championship, are you going to remember these regular season losses, or are you just going to sit there and say, hey, that was their time? They were trying to figure stuff out. All super teams need time to figure stuff out. All super teams need time to gel and figure out how they're going to play. But once they start clicking, it's a wrap. It's over once they start clicking. I don't care what nobody say. It's a wrap once them teams start clicking, man. And that's it.
Babe, can you help me with this tomorrow? Because I
Let me
don't
see.
know which one I'm going to click to pay for this one. You see, there's
When is
another-
your due? Tomorrow?
No, 15, but I don't know which one I'm gonna select from. See, because there's like a 3. It's a 1040.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call the people tomorrow and we get information, because I don't want you to even go by what I'm saying. Let's go by the professionals and see what they tell us. You got the phone number, we give a call and we start out
No,
with
I'm
your
going
first
to
payment.
make a payment
Tomorrow? I made my first payment today. You know, that's the bad part about paying bills, man. You get all these loans, then you got to pay off the bills. You know, I got a lot of stuff off credit, and now to keep my credit good, I got to pay off loans. You know,
Hindi, pwede sila mag-bojol.
Naglalaro sila.
Ah,
Sinisipon kaya.
oo, sinisipon ka ako.
nah, I'm doing the Golden State and Trailblazers game. You know, I flip back and forth between the Laker game, though.
Kailan sumabog yung pinatubo? 1991, di ba? 30 years.
29 years na.
30 years. Ngayon na naman siya mag-alburo. Oo, pinanganak ako sumabog yun.
You see wifey in the background speaking to Guylog, right? So y'all get a first-hand exclusive. You know, she can speak multiple languages.
Oh yeah, I can speak Chinese to you. What example, Korean, so whatever.
You see how she get down?
Wala, nakikinig ako ng music eh.
So, you see how she get down? She's speaking multiple languages. I try to speak that, man. I cannot speak it at all. That is a hard language to speak. The words, the way you pronounce them is hard. It's very hard to pronounce the words. But it's for the zip. The Golden State Warriors are coming out firing. You know. But nah, man, I'm not doing no Lakers game today. There's other teams to watch than the Lakers, man. Let's see what Melo and these boys got. Problems? Man, you really got stuffy nose, huh?
Ah. Oo, nakita ko. Bakit si Lance wala pa siyang wala pa siyang card?
That's not nice. Let me tell her I said hi.
Ah, mag-hi daw si Prince.
Hi.
Naggaga. Si Justin.
I had to say hi to Mama Dukes, you know.
May bagsak.
Say hi to my wife's mother. So you know, I had to give you. Always got to pay respects to the older gods.
Mm.
Oh yes, if they do, and Andre Drummond is going to get bought out. So one of them dudes is going to get bought out. The Lakers looking to get Hassan Whiteside or
Ah,
JaVale McGee again.
ang baba naman masyado yung 74.
But let's see what's the score of this Laker game. I could multitask. I could definitely do that. If y'all interested in the Laker game. Oh, it's 13-11. Lakers up by 2.
Lahat yung module at dito nga.
Who's the
yung
number one
mga
leader of this
magulang
game?
Dito, nagko-complain na sila dahil hindi pa nga, online din sila.
Dennis Schroeder is the leader of the Lakers game right now.
Complain na sila kasi nga, syempre, hindi na sila makapagtrabaho at kailangan nilang tutukan yung mga anak nila.
No, Brooklyn Nets still needs some good defense, but they got their offense is their defense right now, and they got a lot of it. And you got a guy that Kevin Durant that could play defense. They don't need much defense. They really don't, because it's not that much. You can't be fully defensive minded in today's league anyway. You got a bunch of defensive players on your team. What are you going to do when you can't do much anyway and the defense is handicapped? All you got to do is score.
Sino?
It's only so much you could do on the defensive end in today's game. It's not that much you could do.
Ah, pero nabawi naman nila siya.
Yeah, yo, Zach Harden put on the show though, man. He did his thing. Not the GOAT, but he did his thing. He came to Houston, got that W, did what he had to do to get that win, and you know that's how you do it.
Sabi ko nga, minsan kung magpa-araw ka naman, sabi ko sa kanya, lagi ka na lang nandyan sa kwarto. Apa yung mukha niya, gumaganda
Raining?
naman.
Oo naman. Kung ano nga, di ba sila lumalabas. Minsan si Kuya lumabas.
Yes, he is more durable than KD, but you're gonna need KD to win the championship. Hands down, you're gonna need Kevin Durant to win a championship. No KD, no championship. It's straight like that.
Pero yung mukha niya, na.
All-Star game this Sunday. Jimmy Butler versus Zion Williamson on Thursday on TNT. So everybody check that out if you want to see those two brothers go up against each other. I like Jimmy Butler. I like what he stands for. And he's underrated in my opinion.
Sinukat niya yun, medyo masikip sa kanya.
Oh my God, it's 10-0. 10-0 right now. Yeah. No, I don't think so, Zach. I think they need all three of them guys. You're gonna need all three of them to solidify a championship. But if Spencer Dinwiddie was playing, then I would tell you that they don't need Kyrie Irving. But since Spencer Dinwiddie is not playing, you know, then it's a different story, because they still lack in the role player department. But they got so much star power, that should be the reason to how they win games. 10-0 so far. Portland Trail Blazers can't buy a basket. Golden State Warriors came out firing against this team. And here comes Steph.
Si dati nakita ko yung post nung ano kaya si Ate Cheryl ba yun yung ate nung kaibigan ko.
Yeah, it's my mic with the light on it.
Nagtitinda siya ng ganun eh. Hindi yung aircon.
I was playing that Mortal Kombat today, Mortal Kombat 11, Call of Duty. You know, video games frustrate the hell out of me, man. They really do. They frustrate the hell out of me because I just want to play a game that's fun. I don't want to play a game that's too challenging and it's getting on my nerves. And I have to go and look up research about it, you know. I might do that. I might come out to Florida one day. What's popping in Florida? 15-2 so far.
Argentina yung sinabi ko sa'yo, manok na gusto nila, pero pag isda, gusto lang nila lumpia, pira sila ulam,
15-5. No state tax. Oh, that's what's up.
Sa bagay, sa kamahalan din kasi ng isda dito, kaya malang
Yep, Zach faced his former team today, man. We got lots of NBA action tonight. The Lakers play a back-to-back tonight. No LeBron James. 18-11. And look, the Lakers are playing. Well, if that's the case, Tay, if LeBron is out with load management, then shame on him because he said he would never do load management. He said he only misses games if he's hurt.
Peanut butter ko dito, 10
You heard Hannah get down with the Tagalog? You heard it? See? You guys hear Hannah talking?
Ng package at ang dami yung peanut butter ko, 10
See? I can't speak that language. I try. I know some words, but I'm still learning, man. One of these days, I'm going to get that language down pat. Trust me. I'm going to get that language down pat. 17-9. Nah, no, she don't. No, she don't. Yeah, he don't know who to go for. You know who I got as my goal? It's always going to be MJ until I see further evidence of somebody else. Yeah, Jordan fan girl. Nah, man, that was before her time a little bit, man. You know, she remembers very little of Michael Jordan. You know, she's more of a Kobe girl. You know, she's from that era a little more. And she may join us for the All-Star weekend. So Hannah may be here to go live for the All-Star game with me. So I have 2 people here. And you can answer all the questions you want. You know, answer whatever sport questions you get. Yep. Nah, Kobe ain't better than Mike.
Kasi maanong lindol dito, kaya nga sabi ko kay yung
Yep. You know it, John. There's always an excuse machine for LeBron. There's never just having the guy win or lose. If he lose, then he lose, man. Let's stop making excuses. No. But since I got y'all in here, how many of y'all believe LeBron's the best player in basketball? Is LeBron James the best player on the planet currently playing basketball today? Even though there's no factual proof to back that up. You can't even lean towards the stats because there's always somebody else you could find doing something else better. He said Harden better.
Yung Ash.
I mean, Harden definitely has a better regular season than LeBron. I give him that. You know, when it comes to regular seasons, James Harden, I mean, he transforms in the regular season. I don't know. This guy, James Harden, is something else in the regular season. MVP candidate almost every year. Yep, not the better scorer. What about defensive player then? Is LeBron the best defensive player in the league? You know, I doubt you guys will agree with that. So what is LeBron's the best at? If he's the best player in basketball, what is LeBron James the best at? What does he do better than any other player in the league right now?
Ang tagal niya bago sa ano. 31 years. 30 years.
Yun nga ang balita ngayon sa ano balita sa
KD maybe. I think KD is the next dude with next. I think it's between KD and Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi Leonard's going to always lose this battle to KD because of health issues.
Kailan?
Okay, so you got passing and dang. Okay, as of right now, is LeBron James the best passer in basketball? I think James Harden is a better playmaker than LeBron James right now. IQ, is LeBron James smarter than Chris Paul? Where is his IQ when it comes to winning most of these games without AD? He said Luka then Zion. Yo, Zach bugging the man. Zach always gonna be out there rooting for James Harden. Yep, free throws and shooting. You know. And his weakness is also one-on-one defense. Even in his prime, LeBron's never been a great one-on-one defensive player. He's a great help defensive player. So if LeBron's the best player in basketball, what is he doing that's so better than everybody else? Just about every category I can name a player better than LeBron James in that category. Maybe it's just time for us to actually be realistic about it.
60? Pagsabayin na lang yung birthday niyo.
Sabi niya sa akin, bilihan mo ako pala ng cake. Sabi niya gano'n.
Yeah, he is. He's a solid defender, but definitely overrated because he gets a lot of more credit for his defensive perimeter ability when he's really not that good. Now, before people start saying, well, the stats, you know, even now, LeBron James is still not a better defender than Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. So it just goes to show you they need AD way more than ever. LeBron's definitely not the best shot blocker. Yeah, I mean, you can make a case LeBron's not the best player on his own team right now. So that says a lot. You know, it's the man crush thing. I think people love LeBron James to a flaw that you don't want to admit that he's slipping. You know, that he's not the best player in basketball. He probably hasn't been in a while. He wasn't the best player on the Lakers last year. That was Anthony Davis.
Nagmo-mobile legends sila. Kasi si Bibi pag tinatanong ko anong ginagawa niya, nag-mobile legend daw siya.
No. This was a perfect example of LeBron James to prove his worth. If you're truly the best player in basketball, you should be able to keep your team afloat. Now he's down probably with an injury. Yeah, and athletic ability is one of LeBron's bread and butter. So once that goes away, then he's not left with much.
Hanggang kailan yan si Kuya?
His basketball ability, a lot of it comes off his athletic ability. That's why when you look at LeBron, you think of how powerful he is, how strong he is, how fast he is. You don't say nothing about skill. You're only talking about how athletic he is. Did you notice that?
Late na kami. Late na kami din natutulog dito eh. Alas 12 na ako natutulog at ano.
That's where the difference comes in.
Nagigising at
It's 16-21. Portland Trail Blazers are back in this game, but they still trailing. And I can see what the Lakers are up to.
hanggang kailan yan si Kuya?
Hindi kumakain ng kumakain. Hindi naman parang nalihan.
Oo, kaya nga, pag sinasabihan kong babangon na siya at mag-almusal, kakain naman naman sabi niya.
It's 29-18. The Lakers are up, right? Lakers are playing good without LeBron in this game. 31-19. So if the Lakers win this game, they're proving again that they're actually playing a little better without LeBron.
Susumbong si Baby.
Their next game is Friday on the 12th against the Indiana Pacers. If LeBron James is really hurt, they say something wrong with his ankle. So I doubt that he'll play in that game. They're playing the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, if the Nets lose, there's no excuse for them neither. There's no excuse for the Nets not making it to the finals. The Nets better make the finals. There's no excuses for them neither.
Pag ano kasi buksan dapat bago ano.
You know, those guys are in their prime. You know, at least LeBron has the I'm 36-year-old as an excuse. You know, the Kings are trash, but you know, I guess realistically, the Lakers don't even need LeBron to beat the Kings. That's how trash they are.
Na yung ano nagpapaalam siyang bibili ng alikan. Siya yung alikan siya 500 yata. Sabi ko sa kanya
23-23.
Nang ano, tas namili na naman siya.
Oh, Steph Curry with a nice three in Carmelo Anthony's face. Right in Melo's grill. Carmelo Anthony didn't like that. Steph Curry jumping up and down like a schoolgirl. And then, ooh, I hit a three. I'm jumping up and down. Man, Steph Curry can't hit a three-pointer without showboating, jump up and down, wiggling his shoulders. What, this guy never seen a three-point shot before? You're supposed to be called one of the best three-point shooters in the world. And you can't hit a three-pointer without showboating. Just play basketball, man. What the hell you showboating for?
Kasi
28-26.
malamaw dito eh. At kakain na kapakainin ko na sila para
Yep. No excuse for the Jazz either.
Kailan si Kuya dyan?
Yeah, Curry has a lot of annoying antics. Very unprofessional. Showboats too much.
Oh, yung,
Just play basketball, man.
galing sa China.
You're jumping up and down. You got the mouth guard in your mouth. You know,
Pero yung iba kasi may
you're
allergic
shrugging your shoulders.
Dito nga yung
You're sitting there like, yay, yay, I hit a three. I'm so happy I hit a three.
katawan. Oh, muntik-muntik
What are you so happy for? It's just a three-pointer, man.
Buti na i-revive
You hit a million of those.
Pati yung gums niya, umuo yung dugo. Kaya ano.
Bakit kaya ganun may side effect? Yung kagabi, pinakita
Yep, Jazz lost to the 76ers today. I bet Ohio is happy about that.
Hindi kasi ano iba't iba kasi yung immunity natin sa sa mga gamot. Kaya ako hindi ako magpa-vaccine, no? Kami ni Prince hindi kami magpapa-vaccine.
Si Emil din, hindi muna siya nagpapakuna.
Yes, the Jazz is fool's gold. And I've been saying that for a while.
Natatakot
This just goes to show you a regular season record don't mean nothing sometimes.
Iba kasi may
You could win 60 games and come playoff time, you get your ass beat. A regular season means absolutely
kahit
nothing.
nabakunahan na sila, nagkaka-COVID pa rin eh.
Kung kaya nga yun din ang iniisip ko kung parating na dito ka ako at kasi siyempre sabi nila yun daw senior citizen, gano'n.
Oh, mauuna talaga ang ang senior citizen. Dito din nauna ang senior citizen. Si mama ni Prince nagpabakuna na siya.
Kumusta si nanay niya? Ano na?
Oh, okay naman na siya na naagapan yung niya. Tapos nagpabakuna siya.
Bucks how fools go to.
Kinausap niya ako
I think the only team in the East that could give the Nets a run for their money is Philadelphia, but that's not saying much. You know, Portland's always been fool's gold.
Siya lang ang hindi.
You know, they're just an ISO one-on-one basketball team.
At nung time na yun daw pala na nagkahawaan, wala siya doon sa trabaho kasi panggabi yata. Siya din nagpapanggabi yung mama niya. Tapos nung naman, may nagtangkang pumasok doon sa apartment niya. Binuksan yung
Yep.
pintuan niya.
So that goes to show you regular season could be fool's gold. It's always like that sometimes. People put too much stock into the regular season sometimes. You know. So what's the difference between winning 60 or 70 games in the regular season, but you can't win a championship? It goes almost down as a waste.
Side effect yung sa kanya, medyo masakit nga lang daw, ganun.
Ganun sana mo para
So man, it is what it is sometimes.
magpapakuna eh.
O kasi yung vaccine ata dyan, yung galing sa China eh.
Oo, yung iba ayaw.
And let me just edit this real quick
Oo.
since I'm here.
Dito kasi tatlo na yung vaccine dito, yung isa yung isang turo ko lang siya sa Johnson & Johnson.
Yun sana, yung isang
Na
yung ilang turok yung
Dalawa ata yun.
Yeah, did Jay-Z sold his ownership of the Nets?
Pero,
I know he sold some wine company or something that he was owning, and he sold that.
Dito eh.
So he's still getting bread off that.
wala pa rin, di pa rin nagsisimula yan.
Wala pa. Pa lang kasi nila eh. Alam ko kung kailan
Ito naman, na sila, yung marami na sanang magbubukas, pati
So I'm fixing up my background. So hold on for a second. I'm actually fixing my background.
Oo kasi yung Ash.
God, why is this not working?
Sunod niya ang itong 2021, ang pangit na naman ng sunod-sunod yung nangyayari. Di ba nung yung eroplano na nag-crash, tapos may isa na naman dito sa Amerika, buti walang namatay.
Kaya nga natatawa ko kagabi, napag-inipan ko yun.
So I'm changing my image of here because I'm talking about a complete different game right now. So here we go. Boom.
Tapos, ang ko, bakit akala mo yun sa kanya ang bahay,
Okay, I guess it won't change.
kaya napag-inipan ko sa iyo.
Oh yeah, but you know Jay-Z gonna lose if they do a battle. Jay-Z can't see Nas. Jay-Z ain't got nothing for Nas. Yo, Zach, did you see my Raekwon versus Ghostface Killer versus battle video? It's on the Big Apple TV hip hop channel.
Siyempre, di sa kanila, natapunan na naman sila. Di ba nga yung una nilang tirahan noon natapunan.
Nas too lyrical for Jay-Z. Too much of that lyrical wordplay. Jay-Z be like, man, I can't keep up. This guy's saying some stuff like a genius. He's too nice on the mic. I got too many elementary rhymes. I got street raps, but they're elementary. Yep. They need that defense in the playoffs. You're not going to be able to drop all those points all the time. The game slows down, so different. Man, Jay ain't got no ether for Nas. I think it was the other way around. Nas was spoken Jay-Z. Jay-Z stole some of Biggie's rhymes. He ain't got no originality. Nas is completely original. No, Jay-Z ain't got nothing for Nas. Lyrically, Nas is supposed to represent. Jay be like, damn, man, I can't out-rap this dude, man. He just too much of an MC. Jay-Z got those elementary 50 Cent rhymes to a certain extent. He got hustler raps. But if you just put him in a booth and tell him to freestyle, man, he can't see no Nas. Nas and AZ together, oh God. Imagine Nas and AZ together. You put those two brothers together, they start freestyling. Man. What's going on?
Huh?
What's going on over there?
They just told me about that. Because there's a
Hold on for a minute, y'all. So I'm back, y'all. So that's what they were saying?
and then about like the birthday, because
Hold on. All right. Shout out to Mama Dukes. Mama Dukes turning 60.
I wanted to say hi to you, but he's busy.
What he doing?
Cooking.
Oh, okay. Man, I gotta chop it out with him again. We could talk about like building stuff and houses and all that stuff again. I didn't get a chance to chop it out with him. Nas got way more than one classic album. Illmatic and Stillmatic is already classic albums already. So that's two. So that two matches your two already. And It Was Written was a classic. That was one of the albums that put Nas on the map commercially. So that's three.
Just asking about your mom and how she. She's fine. She recovered from lung problem.
Yeah. So yeah, what's going on over there? Is it raining, cold?
No. That's a good plan.
Okay, all right.
Summer in the Philippines.
Oh, it's hot over there. It's summertime in the Philippines, man. We got rain over here in Los Angeles. It's a cold day in Los Angeles, and it's pretty cold in New York too. So the three places that I keep a monitor eye on, two of the places is cold, one is hot. So yeah, it's
the vaccine for the Philippines. All right, it's from China.
Oh wow! Did anybody anybody in your family take the coronavirus vaccine yet, or nobody?
They don't want to take it because they're scared. It's from China.
Yeah, I don't.
It's from China.
I'm telling you, man. Nobody wants to take. Has anybody here took the coronavirus vaccine? I for one don't want to take it. You had to force me to take that because I'm not volunteering to take a coronavirus vaccine. You don't know how it's going to affect your body. What's the after effects of it? I'm not putting that stuff in my body.
Gonna vaccinate senior citizen first today.
Yeah.
That's why Nanay was asking if, what's the side effect. I was like, all of us has a different immunity. It comes to vaccine.
Side effect could be anything, so it's just crazy, man. And the thing about this vaccine, it doesn't stop you from getting coronavirus. You can still get coronavirus with this vaccine. All it does is once you get affected, it fights it off, So instead of having life-threatening injuries, you get to have it fight off. Oh man, none of them albums, half of them albums you just mentioned are not classics. Life and Times of Sean Carter is not a classic. Volume 2 was a commercial success, but it had only like 2 or 3 good songs, the ones that he made videos of. The rest of the album was trash. The Black Album, trash. The Blueprint and Reasonable Doubt was good. But them other albums, trash. They only had like a couple good songs that he made videos of, And Jay-Z was never the rapper Nas will ever be. He's just not on Nas level, man. Too commercial rap. He ain't got nothing for Nas. I don't think Jay-Z lyrically better than AZ, to be honest with you. He just can't out-rap these dudes, man. He's just like a rapper, but he's not an MC. Jay-Z is not an MC. He's not a guy that has creativity. He don't have the creativity of a Nas. He don't have the lyrical flow. He don't have the voice and the delivery. When Jay-Z first came out, he was rapping like wiggity, wiggity, wiggity rap, but I be on a level of rapping like a fake version of Bone Thugs and Harmony. What is it, Faux Chickens? Nas came into the game rapping with that lyrical ability, Everybody turned their heads when they heard Nas rap. He was like, what the hell is this? I went to hell for stuffing Jesus. The dudes was like, yo, what was it, man? This dude was something crazy. And back to the grill again. Oh, when Nas came with that one, man, come on, man. Beastra, I don't think so. I think John Wood has a good point. In order to be the best in the game, you got to be the best at least something. And he's not the best at a lot of categories. But I can't even do that one, Zach, because he stole a lot of rhymes from Biggie. Jay-Z stole a lot of rhymes from Biggie. But John Wood has a good point. Saying a 36-year-old man is the best player in basketball is it's always going to be debatable and suspect. There's a lot of great players in the game today that do a number of stuff that you could make a case for that's better than LeBron James. LeBron James is good at a lot of stuff, but great at actually nothing right now. This is not like LeBron James from Miami Heat, early Cleveland days. He did take a step back. And when it's debatable that you're arguably the best player on your team, that's when you have to take a step back. Yeah, that's Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Floyd Mayweather quote, but that suits LeBron James a lot. Man of many traits, master of nothing. No, we're not saying that those guys are all around, they do everything better, but there's a lot of categories. Any category you name basketball in, there's a lot of categories that guys are just better than LeBron in. LeBron not the best scorer in basketball. He's definitely not the best scorer in basketball. That's definitely not true. He's not the best defensive player in basketball. You know, he's not the best passer right now in basketball. You know, hey man, undefeated is undefeated, and hey, when you dominate that long, you dominate that long. You know, Floyd have a better case of being a GOAT than LeBron James because Floyd undefeated. No, it always comes down to winning. You know, LeBron James is on the same level as Walt Chamberlain for this generation, underachiever, great talent but underachiever, definitely underachiever. You know, and losing is losing. There's no excuses behind it. That's Mr. Excuses. No more excuses for LeBron James. You lost, you lost. You win, you win. I'm not making no more excuses for LeBron. Yeah, see, Floyd, at least you can make a case. Floyd is the best defensive boxer of all time. You can't do that with LeBron James. There's no category that he could be number one in, you know? You know? You can make a case KD better now, Bistro. I mean, real talk. He definitely not a better scorer than KD. KD got a better scoring skill set than LeBron James. You know, you could just look at it, look at basketball and watch that. He's a better shooter. He could get his shot off in better ways. You know, it's just simple as that. LeBron's a good player, but he's not great at a lot of things. There's some other guys that are just better than him at certain things. Kawhi Leonard's a better one-on-one defender than LeBron James, for the most part. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's up to a lot of people to win the championship this year. We got to see, you know, we have to see. But you know what? If the Lakers win the championship this year and AD is the Finals MVP and LeBron James scoots along to being a sidekick, you get the championship. But yeah, you get the same championship honors as a Scottie Pippen. You got to be the alpha to be the best on your team. You know, it's debatable right now. Yeah, rather he's the best on the team. Key word, debatable. Oh, here we go again. Ohio versus Bistro. You know? Well, hey, man, hey, it happens. Sometimes guys kick your ass. And Kawhi got his ass kicked last year against the Denver Nuggets, you know? It happens. But that doesn't mean LeBron's a better defender than him, you know? We can make the same case for LeBron guarding Jason Terry. How come Jason Terry was giving LeBron the business? He was blown by LeBron in 2011. You know, so we can't use that analogy. You know, a lot of people get cooked sometimes. It just happens. You know? He said he owned real estate. Ooh, that's an ownership word. But, you know, he has his chance, man. Yeah, man, you can't go by that. JJ Barea is not better than LeBron James, but now LeBron had a moment where he didn't show up. Kawhi had a moment where he didn't show up. I mean, it happens. A lot of players disappear sometimes, you know, in certain games and aspects of the game, you know? Well, hey, that's a flaw. That's a knock on him. If he was just passive, and he's not supposed to be just passive. So that's LeBron's fault. That's nobody else's fault. You got to take that L. You got to hold it and take that L. You know? Now, if you don't win the championship this season, yeah, but it's how you win it too. If the Lakers still win a championship and AD becomes like the main reason why they win, you know, that's still going to leave room for doubt, you know, but LeBron's not the best at a lot of things. What is LeBron the best at? He's not the best defender. He's not the best rebounder. He's not the best scorer. You know, what is LeBron James the best at? I mean, how is he the best player in basketball when he's the absolute best at nothing right now? Oh, somebody could be playing the Avengers game or something with Avengers. You hear that? You hear that? Viv, you hear that? You hear that? Somebody playing something with the Avengers. You hear that? Somebody playing something with Marvel, like the Avengers game. I hear it. You know, I hear it.
What you mean Avengers?
Dad, you hear you don't hear it? I heard the Avengers theme song.
How can I?
Yo,
Theme song.
yeah, what up, my guy?
Did you? Yeah, what's up, bro?
Long time no see,
Huh.
man.
Busy with this, and I'm trying to
Yo, you wanna know what that yo?
online,
Oh, okay.
like a delivery something like
Yeah.
they can deliver a bouquet.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. You doing it for Mama Dukes right there. That's what's up. All right, shout out to her. I'm gonna give her a happy birthday too, because it's this month. You know. Yo, what up?
What
Hoop
up,
Facts,
my
what
nigga?
up?
Yo, man, you know the funny thing about it. You wanna know what he's the best at?
What?
He's the best at losing. Listen, man, he's the best at losing in the finals. He's definitely the best for making excuses, faking injuries, and all types of weirdo shit.
Hey man, I'm
He's
telling you, man.
He's
I
the
did-
best. Yo, he's the best at charging to the basket and getting no offensive foul call.
Yeah.
he,
Man, but this is what I'm telling, man. It's fanboyism, man. You know,
He's a
the guy
he's a-
36 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can't sit there and say he the best player in the league when he ain't the best in no categories.
he's a top 5 best passer.
Yeah, okay, but is he the best passer?
No,
Okay, that's debatable. Is he the best scorer?
no, he's not even. He used to be the best like 3 years ago at
Yeah.
getting to the basket, and that's not
Yeah.
even the case no more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's other guys that could get to the basket with ease. You know who could get the basket with ease right now? Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
And Kyrie Irving, the better furniture right now.
of course.
You know, man, he was cooking. He was cooking at he was cooking them Houston Rockets today, boy. But yo, man, what's good with you, man? Before we even get to more hoop talk, what's up with you, man? How you doing? How you living?
I'm chilling, man. You know, it was my birthday the last time we spoke.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday, brother.
Good looking, man. So I was with wifey and shit. You know, we was doing it up or whatever. Feel me? So
Oh yeah.
that's why I ain't really get a chance to speak to you like that.
Oh, it's all good.
You know,
Down. Yeah, brothers in the chat was wishing you happy birthday though.
that much said thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Word. Well,
Nah, man. Like, let them know. It's no hate on LeBron. It's just that the media and all the fanboys be overdoing it.
yeah, I know. No, don't get me wrong, man. He's still an all-star beast, bro. You know,
Yeah,
but I'm not.
yeah.
All I'm saying is he's just not the best player in basketball. That's really debatable. We can't just hands down. We can't just give it to him just because it's LeBron James. You know, I feel like we're brainwashed to say that he's the best player in basketball just because he's the most famous player.
Fact.
You know, you just gotta keep it a buck, man. He could be a top 5 player. You know, but as far for best player, I don't know, man. That's highly debatable. There's a lot of guys that just do some stuff that's better. You gotta at least be number 1 at something.
Yeah.
You know, like when we were saying, perfect example, when I was saying Jordan's the best player in basketball, he was a 10-time scoring champ. So you could always say he was the best scorer in the game at one point. Then you could always say he was a top 5 defender in the league. He always was number 1 at something.
Yep,
You know-
or number one at closing the game, or
Yeah,
Mhm.
but in this case with LeBron, it's not the same story. You know, if me just saying LeBron's the best player in basketball would be just a fanboy thing because there's really no factual proof to back it up.
and that's a fact.
You know, so. But yeah, man, what's up with Kawhi? He playing in this All-Star game or what? What you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I heard he got back spasms. LeBron out with an ankle injury. You know, supposedly, but I'm hearing some people saying that it was he's doing low management. You know, if he's doing low management, that's against the grain because LeBron said he was never going to do low management. He said he ain't built like that.
You know he be capping, man. Come on,
You know?
You know,
Word. So,
you know
I
LeBron
don't
be
know.
fronting, man. Come on.
word.
Man, you just chatting.
He said he just chatting. he working that media over good though, man. I had to tell you that much. He working them over good. You
He
know.
paying him good.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
With that, niggas on a payroll, bro. There can't no way. No way. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
And then how hard they go for dude.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Hold
fucking
on,
way
I guess.
in hell.
Well, hold on. I guess somebody got G Money coming up in here. What's good, man?
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Chilling. What's up, man?
Good, great. You know, for the net, great. You know, the Nets Rockets game, Brooklyn just killed Houston with dribble drives, penetration, spacing, all the book. James Harden tripped up, Claxton bowling out of his mind. The Rockets have lost 13 straight games, and I want to throw this out there. This is the longest losing streak for Houston since 2001
Mm.
when they lost 15 straight. So yeah, the Rockets are in the free fall right now.
Oh yeah. So yo, what you think of this game right now?
The Warriors, Blazers, Curry mixing up the game, dribble drives, dribble penetration, breaking through the teeth of the D, getting guys involved, bounce passing, and his three balls working. I love Dame Dollar, and Dame's a beast, but like usual, Chef Curry owns Dame, like usual.
Word. I hear that, man. And wait, what's the game we just? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Who?
I think Dame's problem is he actually can be better than Steph Curry. It's just that he just don't look smart, bro. Like if he played more like a point guard, he will be all right. But he plays a two guard. You feel me?
You can't give her a cake though because she's diabetic.
No. Oh, sorry.
Well, I can, but I really wanna like give her like a bouquet of red roses.
Yeah.
And then there's like a money on it, or just do like a money cake.
Yeah.
But I have to talk to my sister
Oh, okay.
that it's gonna be a surprise.
That's what's up. Yeah, this could be a close game though, Gillian.
No, it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I mean, Gary Trent has been consistent tonight. You know, Melo's jumper has been falling tonight. Anthony Simons has been all right. Cantor's in foul trouble. Needs to stay out of foul trouble right now. And, you know, the Blazers are giving the Warriors what they can handle. But if Chef Curry keeps going off like this, and maybe either an Andrew Wiggins or a Draymond Green like start contributing, it's gonna be long. Curry long ball. Oh, he missed it. Okay. But Kevon Looney's killing him on the boards right now. Kevon Looney's killing him on the boards a little bit.
Word. Yo, Zach say he just cried for the Houston tribute video for James Harden. Oh my God. Man, you must really love. Hey, man, he must really love some James Harden, man. So it is what it is, man. You know, shout out to Zach. But yo, man, what you guys like, Gillian? I'm gonna start with you, man. Who's your best player? Who's the best player in basketball right now for you? Gillian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What you say?
Who's the best player in basketball right now for you?
Right now, in my opinion, it's LeBron. If you talk about MVP, if you talk about who's the MVP right now, I think it's Joel Embiid. But best player overall, talent-wise, I think LeBron.
You still think it's LeBron James?
Yes.
Even at age 36?
In my opinion, yes. Unless someone, because again, LeBron can pass, he's athletic, he can drive to the rim. And again, I love Kevin Durant, but I gotta see KD lead a team without the hands of Steph and Clay. That's just me, though.
Okay. All right. And I hope, I already know you probably got Kawhi. Am I right?
KD, Kawhi. You know, I don't know, man. KD, Kawhi. I can't say LeBron is the best player in the NBA because he's not at the age of 36, bro.
Right.
Just put it this way. In a 7-game series, do you honestly think he can guard the best player on the other floor for 7 games and honestly produce consistently on the fucking offensive end? No. I don't see him doing that.
Okay.
Like, would
Man,
you put your money on that?
I wouldn't, because I'm pretty sure he won't guard Kawhi for full games. Probably in spurts.
True, true.
You know, so,
So that's what I'm saying. When we say the best player, bro,
That's what we talking about. We talking about playoffs, 7-game series. You guarding the best. I like. Put it like this. Can you see LeBron James? Like when the playoff time start, can you see him guarding Kevin Durant or fucking either Kawhi Leonard and still averaging still putting up from 27 to 31 points a game? Why
I don't know.
holding them the whole game, bro? Like, think about that.
Yeah, man. I don't think he could guard Kawhi or Kevin Durant. I got to see it to believe it in this case. So,
You know, bro, we just not talking about the little moments.
yeah,
It's that whole game.
yeah, no doubt.
At least a 50% of the game. Because, you know, you got screens and, you know.
Word. What 56 to 53 so far, second quarter. Yo, Hoop, are you watching any games right now or no?
I'm playing 2K right now.
Oh, okay, are you on that 2K fix?
I'm watching the game right now.
All right. Are you watching the Golden State Warriors game too?
I mean, the Blazers are just going to the basket as well, which is smart though. So now they're starting to attack the rim.
Oh, yeah.
And I was seeing everybody talk about I forgot who the Nuggets was playing. But they was playing somebody and I think they had an open layup, and instead of taking a layup to like tie the game or fucking win the game, I think they all ran to the 3-point line.
Oh yeah. I remember that game. I remember that game. It was a 4-on-1 play, I think, and
Yeah.
they could have easily tied the game, and they settled for a 3 hoop. I forget what team this was, man. I forget what
That shit
team
is
this
bad,
was.
bro.
Oh, it was the Jazz. And it was the Nuggets and the Wizards.
Nuggets. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the Denver because Murray had the ball. Capazzo, Morris, and Michael Porter in the 3-point line, which is crazy. While Robin Lopez was in the backcourt. They should have just gone for a fast break layup or a dunk.
Yep. So man, that just goes to show you the times are changing, man. Changing other times.
It's not even that. Motherfuckers' IQ is fucked up.
Denver. The problem with Denver is IQ sometimes, and also bad execution with Denver. Their execution is not great in close games, man. That's why they're only an 8 seed, and they better be careful because if they start sliding, they may drop out of the playoffs. They gotta be careful.
Bro, I never seen no shit like that before. My fucking life, bro.
It's stupid. Like you're down by 2. Like if you get a fast break transition dunk, you go to overtime and see what happens.
Their IQ is on 0, my guy.
Like why was Capazzo shooting a 3? Like Capazzo? Like what? Like Michael Porter. If you're gonna shoot a 3, Michael Porter could have taken that shot at the corner. If you're gonna shoot a 3.
Yep. Man, yo, Gillian, I gotta agree with Hoop on this. People just have some low basketball IQs. That's basketball for dummies right there.
I used
shit
to
was
play
just-
basketball,
Which is true.
bro. I'm not gonna blame it on. You can't even say, "Oh, the game is changing." Go. I understand if they doing that all game, but when it comes down to win the fucking game, bro, ain't no fucking way. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I understand this niggas is shooting threes and all that, but
It's
bro, when the
crazy.
game is on the line and you do some dumb shit like that, come on, bro. What the fuck is
Yep.
that?
Hell yeah.
That's the dumbest shit you can do.
Man, yo, this All-Star game gonna be more of a watch. I think we got no Kawhi, no Kevin Durant probably.
No,
And,
Kawhi.
no-
I think Kawhi might play.
Okay, but I know no Kevin Durant, right? And probably no LeBron.
No, I think LeBron's gonna play. I'm pretty positive. I think LeBron's gonna play.
Hmm.
He's-
Okay, so do you know?
But here's what's. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do you know the reports on his injury though? Is this really an ankle injury? Low management? I'm
Let
trying
me
to figure out.
Yo,
Yeah,
bro, you want to know what it is? He's faking an injury because he only won one game without AD so far.
Probably is faking. Yeah, he's faking. There's no way this is a real ankle injury.
Yo,
Like, come on. This is his
how
first
you
game of the
know,
season he's missing.
how
Mm.
you know, Gideon? He's faking. Yeah, that's crazy. And you're a LeBron fan, and you admitting
I'm
that?
not a LeBron fan. I'm saying that I'm not a
Oh.
LeBron fan at all.
Nah,
I'm
there's nothing wrong with being a LeBron fan, bro.
No, I'm not a
Because I was
LeBron
about
fan.
to say you the most realistic one I ever met. If that's the case,
No, I'm not a LeBron fan. That has to
Oh.
be a fake. That has to be a fake. I'm not a LeBron fan.
Oh,
I don't hate him, but I'm not a fan. There's a difference though. Yeah, that had to be a fake. Because think about this. Now you want to miss games? Like really?
Yeah, but yo, Gillian, if that's
Yeah.
true, that goes up against everything LeBron was saying. That means he was capping
Pretty
because
much.
he was sitting there saying, "I would never
Bro,
miss a game
He
unless I'm
was
injured."
hating on Kawhi,
No.
bro. That's all.
I don't do load management.
And this has to be load management because yeah, that's lying though. I guess he's doing it. I guess he's doing it now because there's no fans right now for some places. That's probably why he's doing it.
Yo, bro, like, you know what I realized? Like, the media agenda is to try to downplay and fucking hate on Kawhi, bro. Because
Which is true.
I was
true.
looking at, bro. I was looking at the TV the other day. I seen it on the Herd, First Take and all that, and they was like, "Oh, Kawhi is a failure."
You don't listen to the media. Don't.
They said Kawhi's a failure because he can't deliver for the Clippers. He can't get them what they want. I'm like, bro, he's only been there not even 2 years yet. Like,
Here's
bro,
what
they only had one playoff series so far since he's been there.
And here's what's crazy. And here's what's crazy. What kills me. And this what kills me. The media. You know the whole 2019 Warriors Raptors series when people like using the whole Clay and KD injury excuse to downgrade his championship.
Yeah.
It gets irritating after a while. Listen, I know Kevin Durant got hurt, but I'll say this once and for all. He was hurt against Houston. Portland lost to these guys. Houston lost to these guys without KD. When Klay Thompson was there, they lost game 1 with Klay Thompson. They lost game 4 with Klay Thompson. They barely won game 5 with Klay Thompson. They were going to lose that game if it wasn't for Nick Nurse's timeout. Remember that in game 5? And also when Klay Thompson was going off in game 6, it was still a close game, still down 3-2. So even if he finishes the game, you still have to win a game 7 on the road. We don't know what would have happened.
Word. Yo, what the hell?
Like,
What's
what?
Yeah, bro,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
saying, it's like, how you gonna say that Kawhi is underachieving, and he only been there for like a year and had one playoff series, bro? So how he can't deliver for them?
I mean, it's still possible. I mean, look, in my opinion, I don't think they'll win it all this year, but they have a chance because the West is wide open. You know, the West is wide open. So
I'm not talking about them going. I know they're gonna make it to the finals, but how is anybody expecting them to beat the Brooklyn Nets, bro? Like, what if he do go there and they lose to the Nets? Like, come on, is that really even a fair match? I don't even think Michael Jordan Bulls will be able to beat this fucking team with all this firepower.
I won't go that, but whoa, relax. The Bulls are beating the Nets. Relax, bro.
Bro, did you see you got three
Okay.
superstars? You got 3 superstars
Okay.
on one team, bro.
Okay, listen. The Nets are a great offensive team. We know that. But here's the thing. The Nets don't have rim protection, okay? Also, you can put Michael Jordan on Kevin Durant. You can put Derek Harper on... you can put Scottie Pippen on Kevin Durant, my fault. You can put MJ on James Harden. And you can put Derek Harper on Kyrie. They won't shut them down, but they can contain them.
I mean, bro. So my thing is saying that is a lot, bro. That is a lot of fire.
I know, but here's the thing. You also need defense. The Bulls had some firepower, too. Don't forget. The Bulls had some firepower, too. And also, the Bulls were very well coached. I like Steve Nash, but we haven't seen Steve Nash as in the playoffs as a head coach. We've seen Phil Jackson make adjustments in the postseason, bro.
Bro, it's not even that. Bro, with that amount of offense, bro, you don't really need no fucking defense.
You need defense, bro. Defense wins championships. You need both. Yes, you need to score, but you also need to clog the paint. You also need to swarm through the perimeter
I
and
mean,
get some stops. You can't just outscore
look,
everybody and think you're gonna win.
I think that go for regular teams, bro. They don't have a regular team, my man. I don't know, man. Well, I was watching one game. They was down with like they was down like 18 points, and within 4 minutes they was up 7. you you heard P?
Yeah, I heard. But you know what my take is on that? I think we depend on what rules are we playing by. If we going into today's era, Bulls and the Nets could probably go to 7 games because
In today's area,
because that defense won't matter much. You know, they're going to be sending Kevin Durant and Kyrie to the free throw line a lot because you can't touch nobody these days.
Yeah.
But if this is old school basketball, then I think the Bulls will beat them.
but the Bulls can be physical with the Nets. The Nets don't
Yeah.
do well with physicality.
Yeah, that depends on what era we playing in, though, because the
Mhm.
Bulls won't be able to be physical with this team.
True.
So yeah, man, I guess it depends on the era we're talking about. But you know how I feel about no defense. I think defense is handicapped this generation. It's not.
It is.
It's only so much a defensive player could do. This is why I like guys like, even Kawhi Leonard, because in today's league, he's still able to play defense.
It's just some deflection, steals,
Yeah.
leading the transition baskets, and he also plays without fouling. That's what I like about Kawhi.
Yeah, but imagine if Kawhi was able to hand check and get physical with people.
Oh,
He'd
he would be more dangerous.
He'd be even a better defender. So I mean, like, that kind of amazes me that you're able to flourish in a generation that they kind of spread the flow out for people to score more.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about right now.
Word. Yeah, man. But what we got right now for the score? I think I just missed the score.
Yeah,
What's it?
Warriors 56, Blazers 55.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah, I think this game come down to the wire.
it should. Chef Curry continues to flambe Young, Rip City with 23 points. Dame Dollar, I love Dame Dollar, but it's not been Dame time so far. 10 points, 2 of 9. So far, Melo's been the man for the Blazers tonight. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Kevon Looney is balling too. Kevon Looney 6 boards already, 7 points. He's balling out of his mind.
Hell yeah. And what y'all think about Donovan Mitchell, man? He almost knocked. He was mad, man. This dude was pissed off. He's about to spray somebody with water, like the the drinking mug. He hit somebody almost in the face.
I guess he got pissed off because the Jazz blew a 13-point lead tonight in Philadelphia, and the Jazz had an opportunity, but they couldn't stop Tobias Harris in overtime, and Joel Embiid was feasting on these guys. I like Utah. I think Utah can get to the second round or the Western Conference Finals, but that's it. I don't think they can make the finals. I don't see it.
I hear that, man.
What do you think? What do you guys think? How far you think the Jazz would go?
No, I think Jazz are fool's gold. I got second round at the most. No, I think they fool's gold though, Gillian. It's just a regular season thing with them.
Yeah, I think they playing all their cards right now.
Word.
Well, if the season ended right now, they'll be playing the Warriors, which I think they could win that series in 6. And then in the second round, they'll be playing the Clippers.
That's a good series. I like the Clippers and Jazz.
That can go either way. If I have to choose who I think is going to win it, I'm going to say the Clippers win that in 7 because they have more experience and more defenders that can throw on Mitchell. And like I said, I have to see Conley step up in the postseason. I have to see Clarkson be consistent. And I like Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan is a good playoff performer. Have you also noticed that Donovan actually struggles in elimination games? Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
So he has to be better in elimination games, though. So I don't know, man. And the Clippers are as good of a 3-point shooting team as the Jazz. And I think Ty Lue is going to make more adjustments than Quinn Snyder. So I'm going to say that the Clippers will beat the Jazz in 7 if that were the matchup.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, man, what you think about Kawhi and the injury things with Kawhi? Do you think that's going to hinder his career in the future, or you think he's solid, he good to go?
It depends how bad. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yo, go ahead.
Go ahead. Hoop.
Go ahead, bro. I mean, I was gonna say I honestly don't know. I have no idea.
Because
I pray not. I hope not. But
we all been watching basketball for years, and we know
Mhm.
injuries could cut a guy's prime short.
Tell me about it.
It did it to T Mac, Anthony
Mhm.
Hardaway. I mean, it's a list
Brandon
of guys.
Roy,
Brandon
Yao
Roy.
Ming,
Yeah.
Derrick
So-
Rose. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I hope not, because I don't want to see no player get hurt. I want to see them at their best. Makes it more fun, you know. But yeah, man, this injury. What is wrong? What's actually wrong with him? Is it something with his legs? I heard he has like something in his knees that constantly hurts.
It was a back injury. He had back spasms.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, I know for this injury, I don't know. They say he had back spasms, but that's normal. Everybody gets those.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm saying like, what he had like injuries about like chronic knee something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So hopefully his knee will hold up.
I mean, it ain't been nothing about that in a long time, so
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I actually think he's gonna be alright because he hasn't been low managing this season.
Hell yeah.
Yep. You remember this season, no low managing, so obviously his knees feel alright.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's just out with back spasms. He'd be back in that one.
Only reason why he was out this season because he got hit in the mouth the second game against the Memphis. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so
He went on social media. It was like, "Who? Anybody want Serge Ibaka? This dude elbowed me in the mouth." He made a joke about it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I remember that.
and and because of COVID protocol.
Yeah.
Now he's out because of the game because he had back spasms before the game. But as far as him being injured, this season, not really. There ain't been no low management. He been playing back.
Word. I heard that. The Steph Curry, 23 points, 9 of 15 from the field. Okay. And Golden State may just actually creep in here. They could probably make the playoffs.
I think they'll make it. They're gonna make it.
I don't think the Mavs is gonna make it.
You don't think the Mavs will get in?
Nah.
So you think the Spurs hang on to get in? You think the Spurs get in?
I don't know who's gonna get in. I know the Mavs is not. I don't think Luka is overrated to me, bro.
I mean, Luka did not play. Yeah, Luka's kind of been up and down all year. He didn't play tonight against OKC, so.
Word.
But San Antonio's been one of those surprise teams. No one's talking about them. Think about this. They have, other than DeRozan and Aldridge, they have a lot of no names, and they're a 5 seed. Think about that.
Word.
San Antonio is always been good.
Wait, what you say?
Spurs always been good. They only missed the playoffs last year out of like 22 years.
I know.
So I don't know.
Word. The Spurs is always one of those good coach franchises, man. They just play good. They play good winning basketball, even if they don't have a superstar.
True. So what's your prediction for the game? I'm going with the Warriors in the Thriller. You?
Same here, Gillian. I think it's a close game. I want it to stay this way though. I don't want no blowout. We just got to seeing the blowout with the Nets and the Rockets. So
yeah.
And yo, John Wall was bricking layups, man.
Layups. He took a lot of threes.
Yeah, but yo, he got to the basket so easily just to miss the layup.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And also Oladipo. Well, if you actually watch the game, I felt he did not have an impact tonight. If you actually watched the game.
Oh yeah. And speaking of Oladipo, Miami Heat is hot on his trails. They want to get him.
And Knicks and New York too. Like why?
Yes. But hey man, if we can't give up, if we could keep most of our roster, not give up too much, I take him. I mean,
really?
yeah, man, why not? I mean, he's not going to be a franchise player, but I mean, it's a start for us, man. It's a start. He could be like a third option until we get a franchise player.
Who?
No, Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo.
He should be
He
your
want-
first option.
Yeah, I know. That's because we got no choice. But I'm saying, you know, in the long run, hopefully we could get like a franchise player, and he could slide where he really belongs. You know. What? But yeah, man, what you think of the Knicks? You happy with their progress?
Oh, me, yeah, I'm happy. The ball movement's better. The defense is much more improved, and also we have some depth on the team. I loved how guys are buying into the system. Julius Randle's had an all-star type year. RJ Barrett, his jumper's been much more fluent this year. Derrick Rose has stepped it up. Emmanuel Quigley's played pretty well. This Knicks team has been really one of the surprise teams in the NBA.
Yes, they have.
And to be honest with you, I think we'll make the playoffs as a 7th seed. That's my guess.
Hey, I take it. You know, hopefully we could make it as a 7th seed. We get a good draft pick going into the future because nobody wants to come to New York. I don't. You know how weird that's saying? Nobody wants to come to New York.
Yeah, that's
New
true.
York. It's New York City. I'm
It's
saying
New
nobody
York,
wants
but
to
so
come
far this team is showing progress and improvement. I like it.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Well, we got Detroit tomorrow. Hopefully, we can get our 19th win against the Pistons and go by 500 at this time of the season for the first time before All-Star break since 2013.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, yeah, man. But it's what, the third quarter, 8 minutes to go. I'm about to head up out of here, man. And
okay,
I see. I'll probably talk about the game later, what happens later. You know,
okay, man.
Word, man. Yo, have a good one, Gillian. And
You too.
Oops. You know,
You too.
word.
Word, you too, man. Peace.
All right.